Kesakos is your usual suspect. It's halftime, and Inter Milan lead by 2 goals to 0. So, just what a game of football did we witness in that first half? Really, really interesting at tie. Inter Milan really dominant for me, in my opinion, in all the affairs of the opening stanza. They're quite brilliant in every aspect of the game. They defended effortlessly well. I thought, though, on top of the attacks, they did not really give Barcelona a lot of time to think and that kind of thing. So let's try and digest it all. Allow me just our audience just quickly. That's why I keep facing our way to try and get this in place and make sure that we are at par. And I think as far as our audio is concerned, we are good to go. But what a brilliant first half of football there. Inter Milan dominating the affairs of the opening stanza, leading Barcelona by 2 goals to 0 in the reverse fixture of the semi-finals of this year's UEFA Champions League. Now, yes, we all came into this game thinking that Barcelona have the advantage, and maybe they did. But Inter Milan, in that opening 45 minutes, have shown us what it means to be home, why they've not lost a semi-final at home. In a European competition, why they are unbeaten in 15 home games as far as the UEFA Champions League is concerned. They are really showing us that. So brilliant game of football for me. Goes by Lautaro Martinez, of course, in there, as well as Hakani Chanalolu there. Beautiful game of football. Do let me know what did you make of that first half. A brilliant game so far that we watched. I thought both teams had their chances here and there, but of course Inter Milan had the best of chances that fell to them, including that penalty that had not been given, because of course everybody thought that Pau Kubasi had won that ball cleanly off Lautaro Martinez. I do not know why I keep calling him Lisandro Martinez, and yet he's Lautaro Martinez, as he scored his 9th goal of the UEFA Champions League. I can see Bomboclat man 123 says hi. Hi Bomboclat. Sounds like a gangster name. Hi everyone who is joining us. Kindly like the broadcast, and if you're new here, kindly endeavor to subscribe to the channel so that you can help grow this community. So I can see. Tell me where you're tuning in from. Tell me where you're engaging. Dragonfire, hi, welcome to the broadcast. How are you doing? How has been your day? Kindly like the broadcast. Bomboclat, Dragonfire, please leave me a like on that broadcast and tell me if you're football fans, where are you joining us from? And welcome to the Football Tribe UG channel. Robert Kesakos is my name, but it's nice to have you guys here. But what a brilliant opening half of football have we seen. Of course, we've had, unusual suspects missing. Hi, James. Oh, James, how are you doing? It's nice to have you here, James. Kindly like the broadcast. And if you're new here, if it's your first time here, kindly also endeavor to subscribe to the channel so that we can continue to grow. I'm coming to you live from Kampala, Uganda. In case you're wondering, it's about 6 minutes to 11 p.m. in the night. I do not know where you guys are joining us from, what are the timelines in your area, but at least those are my time zones. That's my timeline here, because we do with the East African time. James says it's good. That's good to hear. Dragon of Fire says he's doing good. Guys, let me know where you're joining us from. What country are you originating from? But like I said, we did have, a brilliant game of football, and Inter Milan are really standing up to the fact that they've not lost a home game in the last 15, UEFA Champions League games. For you, say it's 22:55 hours. That's Dragonfire. Probably, I suspect you're within the confines of East Africa, right? Hopefully, that's the case. Exam Quest Learning says hi, dear. Yes, Exam Quest, nice to have you back. I think this is your second time being with us on the broadcast. Go Joe BBC. You said BBC. What do you mean by BBC? Go Joe. welcome to the channel. Kindly like the broadcast and thank you for joining us. Thank you for sparing the time. So, like I was saying, Inter Milan unbeaten in the last 15 games in the UEFA Champions League at home, but also have never lost a semi-final at home. I can see Toby. Toby says hi. Hi, Toby. How are you doing? Thank you for joining us. If you're new here, please endeavor to click that subscribe button. Do me the absolute favor of subscribing to the channel and even liking this broadcast. Your effort will be really much appreciated. But thanks for joining us anyway, regardless of what your final action may be. Earlier on, I was on here with a few gentlemen, one from Russia, he was called Len, and then the other was, I think, Khan. No, was Ryan. Yes, the other was Ryan, although he didn't tell us where he was coming from. Good, thanks. That's Toby's responding. Okay, I can see, guys, we are 8 on the broadcast. I only have 2 likes. Come on, guys, like the broadcast. But anyway, very, very beautiful first half there that we did witness, and quite brilliant for those that did enjoy the game. I hope you guys are following the affairs of the game. I hope you're really following every detail as it comes. Sorry, I needed to pull a device on this side because it had a notification. But beautiful game of football for those of you that are enjoying the tie there. Like I said, Lautaro Martinez opening the scoring to put Inter Milan in the lead, in a 1-0 lead, and make it 4-3 on aggregate. And then we did have a penalty by Hakani Chanalolu there, scoring to make it 2-0 on the night and 5-3 on aggregate. That penalty being won by the captain, Lautaro Martinez, for a foul committed to him by Pau Kubasi. Of course, initially the referee thought Pau Kubasi had won the challenge cleanly, but the reviews did show that he was nowhere near the ball, so he denied a goal scoring opportunity. And when he went to the monitor, the referee didn't even spend a minute, just needed to have it a quick look at it 2 times, and his decision was already made. At the tail end of the half, you sort of felt that Barcelona players were getting frustrated. They really, Dragonfire says, I sub. I sub? What are you trying to mean, Dragonfire? Please enlighten me. I'm lost on that one. Well, you sort of felt that they started getting irritated. Of course, they do find themselves 2 goals down, and you subscribe to the channel. Oh, thank you so much, Dragonfire. Sorry, my mind had not picked that up quickly, but thank you for subscribing to the channel. Much appreciated, really. And if you do know any usual suspects there that do enjoy such moments, endeavor to invite them to also subscribe to the channel. So, like I was saying, once they went 2 goals down, they started to feel as though that the referee is not being on their side, that he's not given certain decisions to them. But that bit of frustration, of course, coupled with being 2 goals down, and you saw it starting to get to their nerves, and they were starting to commit, silly errors. But I thought overall, Inter Milan were the dominant side in that opening half of the game. And let's have a look at what the statistics do say. Of course, when it comes to ball possession, I said this beforehand, that Barcelona will have majority of the ball, but whether they can effectively use that will remain to be seen. And so far, they've not really made good use of that. They've had 66% of the ball in terms of possession. That's according to statistics from LiveScore, while Inter Milan have only had 34% of the ball. Inter Milan have had 3 corner kicks, while Barcelona have had only 2. Shots on target have been 3 for Inter Milan, and 2 of those have been scored, while it's only been 1 shot on target for Barcelona, 3 off target for Inter Milan and 4 off target for Barcelona. I think the 1 on target for Barcelona could have come from Lamine Yamal. There was a distant attempt there at goal, but Jan Sommer really was comfortable saving that one. And then all the other attempts for Barcelona went wide of the mark. There was a penalty shot by Lamine Yamal, but again, according to review, there was no penalty call there. Like it wasn't a penalty. The ball was won cleanly. So again, I thought Barcelona gave away so many chances on the back. You really had you really have For example, in the 17th minute, we had a clearance, a clearance by, I think it was Inigo Martinez, and then there's an opportunity that fell to Marcus Thuram, although he splashed that ball wide of the mark. Then in the 20th minute, we had a very wonderful attempt by Nico Barrera, but that one also went off the mark. And then, of course, Lautaro Martinez scores in the 21st minute with Denzel Dumfries providing the assist there. Then in the 25th minute, that's where we had the chance for Barcelona, which, and then subsequently we had a penalty shout that was not given for a claimed foul on Lamine Yamal, but it was not a foul. The ball was won cleanly. And then, of course, I think Inter Milan so far have really dealt well with the threat of Lamine Yamal. They've not really given him too much space. They've been picking on him, like, sort of clipping his heels and the ankles. They've done really that well. I thought, although DeMarco has done that, that's Federico Di Marco has done that the most of times, and he's gotten away with it because so far he's not been booked. I think the only booking we've had so far in this game has come to Hakani Çalhanoğlu. There is the only one with the booking so far in this fixture. But if anyone was bound to get booked in that opening half, was Di Marco. But again, the fouls he was committing remained simple and light in a way, but enough to put off Lamine Yamal or any other Barcelona player without really getting so much the attention of the referee. And that kind of bit. So I thought he has done that effectively well. However, I did mention that as the half went on, then they needed to have a bit of a swap to have somebody else come on and do that. Maybe Henrik Mkhitaryan takes over the role of trying to, clip Lamine Yamal and try and, for those attacks that he was trying to, build. Of course, he had a couple of runs into the box that did not materialize. There's an opportunity that he had. I think that was around the 50. That was later on, but in the 34th minute, we did have a cross by Eric Garcia that fell to Ferran Torres, but he was never able to capitalize on that one. So much to the anguish of Eric Garcia, as if to suggest that why didn't you head the ball down for Lamine Yamal? And I think he was saying he was being pushed around, a bit of shoving in the box, so he was never able to get to that. And then I think 2 minutes later, yes, we had the Lamine Yamal attempt in the 36th minute. There, that attempt, but it never bared any fruit. In that moment, in the 36th minute, I practically wondered whether Lamine Yamal was trying to pass the ball or he was trying to cross it. So he really did come off so well. And then Hakan Çalhanoğlu did have an attempt in the 40th minute, but that one was equally, I think, wide, went off the mark. So very, very interesting opening half as we head back into the second stanza of the game. As we head into the second half of the game. Like I said, for those of you that were with us in the earlier broadcast prior to kickoff, I did say that somebody had a prediction of a 3-1 victory for Inter Milan, although our says stand to see how Inter Milan were going to get all those goals without Barcelona responding. But now the tide has shifted. Remember when I said that Barcelona had a 49% chance of going through? Now the tide has shifted. Inter Milan have it about 55 to 45. It's a game of football. Anything can happen in the next 45 minutes. It wouldn't be strange if Barcelona came from 2 goals down. Hell, they had to it all today in the first half. Sorry, in the first leg, they came from 2 goals down, and that game that ended 3-3. Although the way Inter Milan have behaved so far, it leaves little room for anyone to think that they'll give Barcelona that opportunity. So the second half is back and it has resumed. Guys, do enjoy the game. Allow me to wrap it here. Let me also go enjoy the game. Let's catch up at full time and engage in whatever the result may be. Of course, it does appear as if Inter Milan have made a substitution. I need to confirm that. But we'll see. We'll get to know all those details at full time. Stay blessed for now, and bye bye.